Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host Gershwan and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about Chaos Space Marines, or just Chaos in general, as we get into the Aspiring Champion. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K content every single day. And if you have any suggestions, just comment down below. Now, before we begin, I did realize that I made a mistake in yesterday's video. I announced the winner of the Blackstone Fortress, but I didn't put his name on the actual screen. So if you didn't check that out, the winner is this guy. Just hit us up on Instagram or Facebook or email us, and we will get that Blackstone Fortress shipped to you. Sorry about the mistake, but let's get into 40 facts on the Aspiring Champions of Chaos. The armies of the great arch-enemy of man have brought pain and misery to the countless planets in the Imperium. Empowered by the malevolent Chaos gods, the legions of the ruinous powers possess an unstoppable fervor capable of consuming entire sectors. And while the forces of chaos are filled with warp-spawn monstrosities, many human traitors can also be found, causing as much destruction and suffering against their own kind. These are the Aspiring Champions, and chaos is attracted to them for the simple reason that it offers enormous power to those willing to turn away from the light of the Emperor and dedicate themselves in body and soul to the ruinous powers. For many who walk its dark path, it offers the only hope of betterment in a galaxy ruled by an often oppressive human imperium, where opportunities for true happiness and advancement are the prerogatives of a tiny privileged minority, and where the only escape from literal starvation or persecution by a tyrannical and uncaring bureaucracy lies in the egalitarian favor of chaos. For unlike the Imperium of Man, and so many of the other servants of order in the galaxy, chaos judges its servants on merit and skill alone, and rewards them for their success or failures harshly but accordingly. In fact, many of those who serve the dark gods would claim that only chaos offers true justice to the peoples bound to the corrupt and dying realm ruled over by the corpse emperor. The road to power begins when a person offers themselves up, body and soul, to chaos, either to an individual chaos god or chaos undivided as a whole. But not all who choose to dedicate themselves to chaos are accepted. Often it takes a spectacular deed of courage to attract the attention of the dark gods. If the candidate is accepted, he receives a mark of chaos from the chaos god who serves as his patron, or from a chaos undivided if he serves the basic agenda of all chaos gods. This is the patron's own mark, and each mark confers some ability, mutational gift, or special characteristic to its recipient. Once an aspiring champion receives the mark, he begins to attract followers from among the lesser servants of chaos. The chaos powers use their champions to further their aim in the material universe. The aspiring champion's life becomes an endless series of battles, raids, and quests. As the champion serves chaos, he becomes increasingly altered physically through the mutations or so-called gifts granted by his patron. The road to power ends eventually, either in the champion being reduced to a mindless and formless mutant chaos spawn if he fails to achieve his patron's objectives, or raised to demonhood as an immortal and powerful demon prince, a living extension of the will of the dark gods. These aspiring champions are leaders in the making, adorning their armor with trophies from the slain, and wielding ancient and potent weapons that may date back as far as the heresy itself. They burn with ambition, aspiring to become more powerful champions amongst their fellows. However, only the most brutal and skilled can survive to become Chaos Lords. The most powerful and ruthless aspiring champions strive to win the coveted suit of tactical dreadnought armor. Such armor makes them virtually immune to all but the most powerful weapons, and allows them to easily wield weapons even a traitor legionnaire in power armor could not carry. However, such suits are extremely rare, and the most common way for an aspiring champion to win one is to challenge and slay an existing Terminator in combat. Amongst a band of traitor Terminators, one usually emerges as the leader. This Terminator champion is typically an egotistical, brutish man, and someone whom the other Terminators aspire to become. The most powerful champions are the Chaos Lords, men with vision and strength to bind both the wills of their brethren and the forces of chaos to their will. They are strong, charismatic leaders with indomitable will and keen martial prowess, and are often found leading massive warbands, pirate fleets, worlds, or even massive black crusades against the Imperium. These are some, though not all, of the champions one may encounter amongst the ranks of the Traitor Legions. But it is important to note that all Chaos champions are mortal and can be killed, although it is always a dangerous undertaking, as they are powerful foes. A Chaos champion's followers are known as a Chaos Warband. Warbands are deadly rivals to each other, fighting amongst themselves to gain the attention of their Chaos patrons. Even followers of the same Chaos God are usually deadly rivals in an endless war of all against all, which is the way of Chaos. Sometimes shaky allegiances are formed by extremely powerful champions. The truly successful are rewarded with immortality. But these perks to being a Chaos champion are only tasty morsels to the aspiring champion who wishes to quench his thirst of power by consuming the world in chaos. And those were 40 facts on the aspiring champion. I hope you see now how chaos is much more beneficial than the Imperium. If you were in the Imperium, or if you were in the 40K universe, and you were faced with being a regular Imperial citizen, so just an average Joe within a hive fleet, and you found out about chaos, I guarantee you would try to pursue power through chaos. Because it just makes more sense. If you're a regular Imperial citizen, you should check out our daily life of an Imperial citizen or a daily life of a Hive Worlder. Life sucks in the Imperium, whereas with Chaos, at least you're attempting to gain power and get noticed by a true god and not just the Emperor, who is a guy on a throne, basically. And you can type heresy all you want, but you know it's true. Your ambitions would get the better of you, and with that knowledge you would go and pursue chaos. Now, of course, most of the Imperium doesn't turn to chaos because they don't know. The Imperium is extremely oppressive. That's why if you ever play the Dawn of War games, I think one of the main quotes that the librarian says is, "Knowledge is power, hide it well." And it's something that just stuck in my head ever since I played that game and ever since I started playing Warhammer 40K. That little sentence has been stuck in my head, and I think it's because it sheds light on the reality that life in the Imperium sucks. So if you start knowing about other avenues, like not even chaos, you could even go to like the Tau, you start to see that it's better to go a different direction other than the way of the light, they say. Again, if you guys enjoy our videos, comment down below with any other suggestions for topics. We're trying to up our game in terms of the visual aspects. So if you are enjoying that, let me know. It's not easy, but because of our patrons on Patreon, we can continue to create more badassery for you guys. If you guys want to support us on Patreon, you can. Jump on over there. It's a simple $1 a month, and it helps us create more videos. If you can't, don't worry. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing, it helps out the channel. Also, I can't tell you to not skip the ads on YouTube, but if you skip the ads on YouTube, you're not helping us in the same way as a normal person would, I guess. Again, thank you guys so much for everything. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out the wiki page if you are looking for awesome lore or inspiration to create lore for your own army or chapter or what have you. The Sound Alchemist has actually been putting out a couple of videos on his Lost Legion. If you ever wanted to get a cool, like, fluff-filled explanation or theory of what happened to one of the lost Primarchs, go check out his Celestial Sons. That lore is pretty badass, and it's filled with just a bunch of lore that he made up, and with the help of you guys, I believe, on Facebook, you guys created this awesome story that ties in with the lost Primarchs and all this other junk. Well, not junk, but all this other awesome lore that you guys really should check out if you haven't done so. But yeah, thanks for everything, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.